All right, guys, this was not too bad today. I don't think it's too bad. We're gonna get a little work on the lower body, a little work on the upper body, and then we just kind of finish her off with what is that, 250 reps or something. Not a big deal. Let's jump into it. We got sliding glute bridges and sissy squats. We've been doing quite a bit of these, and it seems the more and more we do them, the more comfortable you guys with arm. This is good. Here's what you should feel. You're doing the sliding glute bridges, your hamstrings blow up. If they're on fire, they burn. You go to the sissy squats, now it's the front of the legs, the quads. Those blow up and burn. So by the time you get through 4 rounds, your legs are going to feel 3 times as big, right? All the blood's going to flow to it. That's exactly what we want here. 20 is a bit. Excuse me. So take your time. You'll notice I wrote in. I don't think that's right. I wrote in, there we go, the rest purposely into each set to remind you guys that you don't need to just crank through this really quick, but get your 20 sliding glute bridges, get your 20 sissy squats, rest so that you can get 20-20 all in a row again. Some quick thoughts for you guys on this. Sliding glute bridges. Remember to set first, right? And we've talked about this a lot. That set is the brace in the core and the squeeze of the butt. Once you do that, you bring your feet in, lift your butt, right? We've done them a lot. You know what I'm talking about. Sissy squats. It's really a big knee bend, right? Knees drive forward as we come on our toes, and our torso kind of follows through, right? We don't need to lean back and arch to do that. You just let your body follow the knees. Like the knees are the leader and everything else follows through. I've also talked to a lot of people about knees pushing out. I've mentioned a few times, but we want to push them forward, which is a little different than our normal squat, right? We talk about pushing the knees out enough. We don't need to worry about that too much here. We want them forward. Once you're through 4 rounds, we got handstand push-ups, body rows. No negatives, nothing like that. We just want some good, beautiful handstand push-ups. Throw in that kip. Try and choose a height where 10 reps is manageable. I don't want you guys failing a whole lot. So if you're really low and you're like, Brandon, I could only do 1 at a time and I failed like 47 times, like another, you're making it too hard on yourself. Now, if it feels like you're doing nothing and you're doing 10 in a row every time, that's way too easy. Aim to be doing 5 to 10 at a time every set. That's a good height for you on this part today. So pick a height where you're doing 5 or 10 at a time, 5 to 10 at a time. Ideally, your first set you do 10, and then your second and third you're doing like 7 or 8, or 6 to 8 at a time. Then your last set is like, I did 3 sets, like 4-4-2, something like that. 4-3-3. That's kind of perfect way to break it up, right? The fatigue adds up, it gets harder, but it's always manageable throughout the whole thing. Technical term. Yes, you can use your kip on these. Kip away. Now, if you're feeling squirrely, you can just go strict. I know some of you guys love these things. You go strict. If you're feeling really crazy, you can create a little deficit, right? Nothing wrong with a little deficit work. Again, I've written in the rest on purpose, as I want you guys to take a minute or two so that you can get the next set just as good as the first set. I did throw those body rows in there. I want to wake up the upper back a little bit. They're just like ring rows, guys. Get that good squeeze at the top, and we don't want to lose tension ever. So sometimes we pull up really hard, and we kind of are like floating in the air at the top. And in that instant where we're floating, that half second where we're floating, we just kind of, That's not me peeing my pants. It's me relaxing my muscles. And so I relax and I start to fall back. And then I'm like, I gotta work again. So you kind of get that jerk catch. You know what I'm talking about, halfway down. And the issue with that, I've talked about this on a lot, especially like dive bombing into a squat. The issue with that dropping catch is your whole body has to kind of goes like, all right, let's fire. And if it's light enough, the right muscles are going to fire. If it's not, or if you're getting fatigued, typically things don't turn on as well as they could, right? It's too hard for them, especially if like we're a little lopsided, like one arm's way stronger than the other, or we tend to set better with one shoulder than the other, which is really common for a lot of people, or we're kind of like this all the time, right? And so when we collapse, we revert to this and we catch in here, which is not what we want. That's not what the row is. The row is about back there. So the whole point is stay under tension, stay under control. Okay, 4 rounds are done. Let's see, what do we got left? Jump lunges, burpees, swings, double unders, V-ups. Ooh, fun. Let's go over these jump lunges. So it's a lunge where you jump. Thus, a jump lunge. For those that struggle with balance, well, let's back up a second. Let's just look at a jump lunge. Empty my pockets here. Don't want that sloshing around. Right, it's exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to lunge down. Good thing I did legs this morning already. Right, you're jumping between reps. Now, balance can be tricky, especially for those that struggle with balance. So here's the first modification, right? You're going to do a lunge and you're going to jump up, but you're going to pause at the top. You're going to pause at the calves. So lunge, jump and switch. I find my balance. Lunge, jump and switch. I find my balance. Lunge, jump and switch. If you struggle with balance, just start this way. A lot of times, we kind of get the hang of it as we get through 10, 20, 30 reps, and all of a sudden by the end, you're just banging through them. You'll notice I still get a good full range of motion, right? You see that knee gently tap the floor every time. Make sure that happens. What else is on there? We've got kettlebell swings. Nope, we got burpees first. So you flop down on the floor like this, you pop back up. We got swings, kettlebell or dumbbell. They're just going to be shoulder height, guys. And then we've got our double unders and our V-ups. And then you're done. Easy peasy.